Hi everybody, hope you are happy, healthy, and shining out there. So a client of mine asked me a question the other day about when do you know when you should quit or persevere? I thought it was a really powerful question, so I wanted to explore it a little further here because it's actually something that was extremely difficult for me at a time and I feel very passionate about. So one, we're going to revisit the word quit. But in this decision of whether to persevere, to press through, or let something go, my first question is, how do you feel about it? What are you getting from it? Are you really enjoying it? Is it really giving you joy and fulfillment and energy and excitement? When I asked my client, he was like, no, it's not, which is why I feel like I want to let it go, but I don't like quitting, and it's everything I've always done. So I feel like that maybe isn't a good idea. Shoulds. Lots of shoulds in that. And I do understand and can relate to it's something I've always done. So it's really important to take a look because maybe you've hit like a stale point and you just need to inject it with a new energy. Maybe you need a new approach, a fresh approach or a fresh strategy or some creativity, and that will bolster and light you up again about a particular path. Or maybe it's really just time to pivot. And so I really want to encourage you to sort of dig in and to feel. I often do an exercise with somebody where you imagine you're at a crossroads. What happens if you go down this path, then you can come back, and then you go down this path. And then you come back, and then you have a choice. Which one do you want to go down? And it's interesting because when you're visualizing it and you're having that experience, it can really help you. And sometimes I'll add a third path because there might even be a third option that you hadn't thought of. But I would say give yourself the opportunity to explore it even on a visual, experiential, imaginative level. Really look at your values. What is it that you value? What's important to you? Because that can also help determine whether or not it's something that you want to find a way to make it exciting and creative again, or whether it's time to, as I said, pivot. And following that joy, following that energy is so key. We all have a certain amount of hours in the day, and we have choice on how to fill it. What do you want to do? You could do something that's like, okay, or you could do something that you love and you're excited about. And I will say, when you do something you love and you're excited about, lots of really great things can come to you. It's really a magical place. So the more you can live in that space, the happier you probably will be. And so that's another thing to consider. I had this decision years and years ago when I was debating about acting versus speaking and coaching. I loved acting. It was a huge step outside my comfort zone. And then I had to, and I got lucky. I had a lot of great success. But after a while, I found myself really excited about this speaking and coaching. It was something new, and I found in all of my spare time, that's what I was doing. I wasn't reading scripts or plays or looking for new acting classes or other ways to do that. Everything was always about mindset and how can you do things better, and coaching and questions. And I was so excited about this. That gave me infinitely more joy than really this. And then eventually I had a choice between going on this audition where I was requested for a regular role or a speaking gig. And I opted for the speaking gig. And that was the moment that I really pivoted, which is why I want to come back to the word quit. And I really want to ask you, are you quitting? Or is it just done? Sometimes things are really stepping stones to something else. You take all the skills and all of the learning and all the experiences and all the wisdom, and it's there to be applied and shifted into something else that brings you greater joy. And so, as I said, you have these choices. Which way do you want to go? How might you reframe it and say, hey, this is a conscious choice to do something that makes me happier. Oh, If we all did that even more, we probably would be a happier population. But we often get bogged down in shoulds and coulds and, well, that's what I'm supposed to do, and all that sort of heavy, draining energy. And so I would also look at your body. What is your body telling you? When you think of doing one thing, does it sort of lighten you up? Do you sit up a little straighter? Do you breathe a little lighter? And when you think of something else, does it sort of bring you down? That can also often be telling. And if so, what might you do in order to make this lighter path possible? And maybe you need to do both for a little while, and that's okay too, but start to make the shift. And so that's what I would offer to you, is reframe the word quit. Now, if you tried it once and you weren't very good at it and you were afraid of failing and you decided you weren't going to do it because you didn't want to feel stupid or something, then maybe you want to revisit that. That might be closer to quitting. But if it's something that you really just didn't enjoy and you really would rather do something else, follow that energy. So, if you need any help or any guidance on this, this is something I really believe wholeheartedly in, and I love more than anything to help people follow their dreams, follow what really makes them happy, and happy to help raise you up and go on that journey with you. So, and if you have any ideas about this or thoughts or experiences, pop them below, put them, write about them, share them, and I would love to hear them. Or if you have any questions, also leave that below. So on that note, follow your bliss and shine.